Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. SCMP journalist Trenton Akers still with me. Back to him very shortly as we look ahead to the weekend's action. But if you want to get the full preview on Sunday's 10-race programme, Racing to Win on the website, multimedia showcase, the 7 on the turf and 3 on the all-weather. We'll be looking at one of the all-weather races in a moment or so with Trenton. Before that, though, we're going to be weighing in with Antoine Hamelin.
Hello. This is Antoine Hamelin, a jockey from France. Yes, this is my nickname, the Hammer. Come from Hong Kong, and I think this came because I finished strong in the race.
You like it?
Yeah, that's fun. I go to the race course when I'm very young with my father. I discover this job here, and I'm working with the horse every time when I'm very young, and I know I'm not a people for working in an office. Yes, this is my best memory for the moment. I win the first race and another one in the first day for me. I'm very happy about this day. It's in my heart.
Best for You Galactic, Best for You's gone to the lead, Best for You has given Antoine Hamelin's first day at the office, it's made it très bien. Baltic Success hard up against the outside, gets to the 200-metre mark and gets away. Put 4 lengths on them. Flying Genius has gone to second, and then Heart Conquered, Valiant Dream, but it's this man again, Antoine Hamelin, there's 2.
Yeah, 2 favorite memories. The first one is the French Derby in France, and the second one is the winner in Prix Royal Ascot in England.
Qu'est-ce pour Mutello, Sampadelino, avec Sonwa également qui termine de plus en plus fort, accompagné encore Pat Fred qui est dans la cale, avec Sonwa qui a pris l'avantage et qui va s'imposer ici devant Mutello qui va terminer à la 2e place.
Christophe Semillon and Christophe Lemaire. Climbing is my favorite sport and my hobby. I started climbing 2 years ago, and I find a lot of spots in Hong Kong for climb, and I love that. It's very fun, very important. I'm feeling like similar for the racing. You need to stay focused a lot and just thinking about your safety and the rock. Yeah, she's arrived in Hong Kong a few weeks ago. I'm very happy about that. She's happy as well, enjoy. The life is not easy everywhere in the world, so we are lucky to are in Hong Kong. It's a safe place. One funny moment, yes, in Tunisia with Theo Bachelot, another one French jockey. We ride together here, and he lost the whip at the last bend, and he asked me to give the whip, and I gave him my whip in the bend in the race, and he finished second. He don't win, but very funny man. Yeah, so crazy. We many laughs, and we talked about this story from many times. My goal is to stay in Hong Kong with the winner for many years. Yes, that's true. That's a very hard place for a ride. But if it's too easy, it's not for me. I don't like that. So I do my best and hopefully stay here for many years because I really like this place.
We did really well. Fun interview there with Antoine, well on his first stint, and 8 winners so far this campaign, Trenton.
Yeah, look, it probably hasn't gone completely to plan for him, to be honest. He came out all guns blazing halfway through last season when he arrived, didn't he? And he was fantastic, I thought. But he's easy to see in the run because he's got that extravagant whip action, doesn't he? So he's easy to pick up. But look, he'll continue to ride winners here. It's just a matter of time. So it's good to see that he's got that long-term ambition here as well.
Absolutely. He can keep the rock climbing, though. I don't fancy that in any shape or form.
I remember when I was speaking to him when he was in quarantine here at Bees Riverbed before he arrived, and he was desperate to do some kind of climbing, so he said he'd worked out some kind of workout that he could do in terms of his bed and push-ups and all these kind of things to keep his muscles active, he was saying.
And he's made a good start. He's got a bit to do with catch up with his dad, though. Had a very impressive handlebar moustache, but looks like he's made a good start on it.
Outstanding moustache, wasn't it, there? I don't know how you beat that.
On the weekend, just touch. He's got 9 rides, so it's not a bad book. He's got Steel Win, I thought was an interesting debutant for Michael Chang. And Pinghai Bravo, without Wellington, who's going at a different race, would have to have a good chance of adding to his good record down the straight.
Well, he kind of, John Size changed him up. He put him down the straight and he grew wings, that horse, didn't he? So that's a very good ride for Antoine to pick up, and I reckon he'll be quietly confident with him.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll look out for the rest of them as well. The one race he doesn't have a ride in on the weekend is the first of the all-weather races. That's race number 3, and that's the race we're going to have a look at now. It's a Class 1 over the 1650, headed by King Shield, whose record on the dirt is outstanding. He's 3 from 4 course and distance. The other race he finished second. Elusive State was well behind him, 5 lengths behind him. 3 starts back now for him. He's a beaten favourite last time out as well, Elusive State. A Glorious Artist, another horse with a really good record on the surface. Red Desert has, but 1200 metres normally his go. You say the same about Encore Boy. Green Luck coming up in class, and he's relatively new to the surface. And Circuit Glory, he's had a number of goes. He is, of course, he's a distance winner. He's one of the 1650, but those wins coming at Happy Valley. So to a certain extent, this is about King Shield. I assume they'll jump to the front and try and dictate like they did last time when he was just nothing short of spectacular. Yeah. But Elusive State has got a 16-pound turnaround for this 5-length beating.
It's a big turnaround, isn't it? But I thought he's a monster on the dirt, King Shield. He grows legs when he gets on it. I remember speaking to Zach Purton about him. He's amazed by his gate speed. When he jumps, he's just got this ability to jump, hold the rail in before you know it. So that 1650 start's normally pretty tricky for those horses on the dirt into the first bend, but he's leading and on the rail before you know it. So this race has been put on for him effectively to try and get him to Dubai if they want to go there. So he'll be wound up, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Now, Elusive State, the plan was for Dubai for him last season as well. This is him then. Last time out, finishing in 4th as favourite. Glorious Artist engaged once more.
Yeah, well, Elusive State, he was all the rage last season, wasn't he? And that was nothing short of a disaster, what happened last year with Dubai. I mean, he travelled all the way there and then had to come back, and there's a chance it knocked the wind out of his sails a little bit. He just hasn't quite looked the same horse this year. He's obviously still a threat, and he does have the weight on his side here, but I just think King Shield he could be pretty good on the dirt, globally, not just in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can do if he does get on the world stage as well. But just sticking with Elusive State for a moment or so, let's catch up with his jockey at track work. That's Joe Moreira.
He did run well, and of course he's not a young horse anymore, but every time he steps out there on the all-weather track, he shows that he's got it still. And I know it's a very strong race. King Shield should be the hot favorite, but if he does get beaten, it could be by Elusive States, because he's a good dirt horse as well, and he seems in good form. If there was much between them, I think the handicapper has done his job to even them up. So that means because of the weight difference now, we might finish the race very close to each other. So that means my horse may have a good chance as well.
And much like Zach's got a good record on King Shield, Joe's got an excellent record on Elusive State as well. At his peak of his powers, he was 106. He's now dropped down a little bit. So, if you're right, if he can get back to that sort of level, he's a big threat off this way. Yeah,
he is, and you can tell that's what Joe's kind of pinning his hopes on, isn't it? And handicap system here in Hong Kong, it's meant to create a level playing field. So if he can just capture that form, and the speed's definitely going to be on, so he's going to be able to launch late, Elusive State. So if he's good enough, he can be there.
And could you make any sort of argument at all for the likes of Red Desert and Encore Boy? I mean, they love the surface, but the trip and the class maybe find them out?
Yeah, I think maybe the class just probably gets to him here. I mean, Glorious Artist will go good, and I mean, he could probably mix it with those other two, but others, I think they're probably fighting it out for minor place money, I would have thought.
All right, we're looking forward to that. That's race number 3. Races 4 and 8, the other dirt races on the programme as well at Sha Tin on Sunday. Looking further ahead, we're back at Happy Valley again Wednesday night, again with the 9 races, so 6:45 for race number 1. And that big weekend, Sunday the 24th, Centenary Sprint Cup. Group 1 over the 1200, Stewards Cup, Golden 60, Waikuku and more. And then the first leg of the Hong Kong 4-year-old series, which is the Classic Mile. Thank you then, Trent. That's about all we've got time for. We've got to wrap things up now, but enjoy the action of the weekend and the coming weeks as well.
Thanks, Andrew. No, it's been a pleasure.
All right, so great stuff. That's the show. Thanks for watching. We're going to leave you this week with Mr. Medici. We're going back a few years here. The reason why? Well, Peter Ho trained his 600th winner midweek at Happy Valley. And Mr. Medici, so he's going back, but was one of his stars. 2010 for the Champions and Chater Cup in far from glorious conditions here. So enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday and bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you.
In driving rain, 1,300 metres out, Super Pistachio by 3/4 to Mr. Medici. Packing winner third on the inside of Viva Pataka. 2 after Super Saturn, then King Dancer, and 2.5 further back to Fat Chuichiban at the tail of the field. They're working down the back, and Super Pistachio, who was just touched off in this year's Derby, a noted wet track performer abroad, and Super Pistachio makes the running from Mr. Medici in second. Backing winner still third from Viva Pataka. King Dance on the rails from Super Saturn, and 2 lengths last of all is Fat Chuichiban as they work out of the back section of the course now. And Super Pistachio in front. There's been no change to the order. Super Pistachio by 3/4 to Mr. Medici. Packing winners had a soft run all of the way. Then Viva Pataka gunning for 4 wins in the Champions and Chater Cup. White gets going now on Super Saturn. King Dance at the inside of him, and Fat Chuichiban's not going with him as they race up to the home turn now. Viva makes his move on Viva Pataka. Super Pistachio turns the corner in front of Mr. Medici. Viva Pataka's cruising up into third. From Packing winner, King Dancer runs on, and Super Saturn can't get through the conditions. It's Mr. Medici racing to the front with Viva Pataka going after him the outside. Back on the far side, Super Pistachio. Mr. Medici's revelling in the conditions. The old champ Viva Pataka can't get him. Super Pistachio keeps boxing on, but it's Gerard Mosse and Mr. Medici back to great form. Mr. Medici wins the Champions and Chater.